Today is a glorious day. I finally have ammunition to go after manyvids.
You have reached the Suffolk County Police Department. Calls are answered in the order they are received. The next available operator will take your call. Usted se ha comunicado con el Departamento de la Policía del Condado de Suffolk. Llamadas son contestadas en el orden que se hayan recibido. La siguiente Suffolk County Police Operator 966, what is the location of your emergency?
Hi, yes. How do I report a cybercrime?
Okay, what's your address?
I'm at 81.
And the street on the corner?
It's 6319.
And your name?
My name is Matthew Joya.
And are you getting harassed online?
No, I had an account that had digital videos, and the company suspended my account, and there was a balance. So there's money in the account, and there's also digital videos that I paid for, and now I can't access those because they suspended the account. They're doing this based on chargebacks that were done in 2015. Now I called them and I told them and I said, I sent them an email. So they wouldn't have done this had I not brought it to their attention. I said, some years back, I got locked out of my account because Chase refunded too much money on a chargeback. I called Chase and I said, you refunded too much, but Chase told me it was a done deal, the investigation was over, there was nothing they could do about it. And so in response to Chase refunding too much on my card, the company decided to lock me out of my account.
So you're having a dispute with a company?
Yes, so they...
Okay, all right. I just needed to know the subject. Okay. We're going to send you the next available officer, all right?
I would prefer is there a way to do this without an officer?
You mean, no, I just send the officers. The officers are the ones that make the reports. You want to file a report?
Yeah. Well, I want to. They stole money. There's actually dollars. There's a monetary amount of money in the account. So.
They still have to document it.
Okay, I guess.
You can meet the officer anywhere. It doesn't have to be at your home.
Well, I have the computer here that has the. I took a video of.
Yeah, they're gonna need to see that.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna send you an officer. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Charge up the GoPro. Unfortunately, one of the videos where I recorded, I have 71 cents in the account. So I recorded yesterday the contents of my account. So some of the videos are stream only, some of the videos are downloaded. Some of the videos were downloaded, but then I deleted them on my hard drive, so I no longer have access to them. And I do have me entering in the information to put money into the wallet. Now you probably won't be able to hear the. Actually, you know what? I have a lapel. Let's see if I can charge this up real quick. I have two of them. Where's the other one? Course, I can't find my other lapel. don't like dealing with the police because they assaulted me. 911 emergency services in Colorado put me into a coma. Um, so, but here's a situation where um, when I'm in my home and I have the camera on and I have the stream on, I feel a little safer. So I have a GoPro body cam that I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to have the lapel microphone. I'm going to have this microphone on as well. I hope there's no echo, but we're going to be in the other room discussing this. manyvids is a company where in 2015 I did chargebacks because okay, so there are two websites. There's My Free Cams and there's manyvids. On My Free Cams, I went and I chatted with the models, and I really wasn't sure what the etiquette was. So I went on to Amber Cutie forums to see if they, is it like strip club etiquette? How do I treat these girls? And here I'm in the chat asking for some of the things that they have in their profile. They might have baked goods, they might have underwear, they might have, some of them do graphic design, but some of them also had videos. And manyvids, My Free Cams was not a video sharing server, so a lot of them use manyvids as their video host. So if I sent them tokens on My Free Cams, they might send me a link to a video on manyvids, or they might stream on My Free Cams and then just have their videos posted on manyvids. So sometimes I would have tokens on My Free Cams and send them to the model, and they would send me either a Dropbox link with videos, or they would send me to manyvids. So on My Free Cams, I had three people: Ashley with 3 Ys, then this other one, Princess Kate, and then Molly Meows or something. She's the one with the Sphinx cat. This was around 2015, 2016. There's this girl, I think her name is Molly Meow, and she has a Sphinx cat. I asked for 3 custom, so each one I asked for a 10-minute custom video. All of them wound up banning me after 2 weeks, so I never received my product. So what I started doing was asking them for Skype conversations, and I started recording my desktop and just, filming the custom in real time. That way I wouldn't get scammed. This way I could, be sure that they're doing what I'm asking. So the last thing I got scammed on was Adorable Jessie. I sent her money, and she kept blowing me off. She's like, yeah. And I asked her if she could do a Skype. She said no. Well, she said yes, we'll do the Skype, but and here's something to like tide you over, and she sent me a video file. That's not what I paid for. I didn't pay for that video thing. I didn't pay for that digital transfer, okay? So I called Chase up and I said, I looked around to see what my options were. Somebody said on one of the forums, your bank is there to protect you from consumer fraud. So I called the bank and had them do chargebacks. Now with manyvids, I believe the issue was, the problem with manyvids, there's a couple things. One, when you go to buy a video, you might get a thumbnail that's only like 2-3 seconds of the video, and it might say, it's a blowjob video, which is the reason. There's a reason why I only got blowjob videos. I used to have Porn Pros, and I have ADHD, so I literally have ADHD. I have diagnosed ADHD. So when I'm engaging in role play and fantasy stuff, and like Porn Pros is very formulaic. They start off, there's a little tease at the beginning, then it might be 2-minute blowjob, then it might be, doggy style, then it might be missionary, then it might be, so it's like 2 minutes of every position. And to reduce the amount of time to improve my concentration, I just went for videos that were blowjob, and that way I could put it on loop, and that way, if before I finish, right, I don't have it, distracting me and stuff. So this is too much information, but this is why I specifically look for those. So sometimes you purchase a video and it will say blowjob, and it might be a hand job, or it might be, which is the case with one of them, this L. Brooks or something from so there's, but I think the reason why I charged back from manyvids was there was a double charge. I got 2 charges for the same thing. So this company never dropped it. So I did the chargebacks in 2015. Chase refunded every single charge on my card, even ones that were legitimate. And I called Chase up and I said, "You refunded too much," and they said it's a done deal. So I had this a little bit of stress and anxiety that, I was going to get in trouble for it. But here's the thing: I never received the physical card. So I had a Chase Visa card, Chase Freedom card, and in June of 2015, they were supposed to send me a new card, which would have given me an updated security code and an updated expiration date. And then you have to call and authorize the card. So somehow with the Apple, the Mac OS, it updated that information. So with my autopay stuff, it just updated it. So I think that's the reason why they refunded every purchase on the card, because it was never authorized. But here's the thing: I'm missing definitely three custom videos in a Skype conversation. So I have products that I haven't received. As far as manyvids, I was only disputing like a $20 charge. So when Chase refunded like $400 out of, even though I was only disputing 20, it became. And if anybody wants to know why do I spend so much on these things, I become bored with them, and like they don't like with that 3 second, I might be into the video like, oh, this looks like a good video, and it has that 10-second trailer or whatever, 10 seconds or less, and I say, okay, I buy this one, and then I watch it and I'm just not turned on, right? It doesn't do it for me. So I go back and I buy another video. I have plenty of videos that I've watched once and I don't watch again. So here's the thing. This was done in 2015 and 2018. I made another account and purchased videos on manyvids. I did so with a new ISP. I went from Optimum to Verizon. I did so with a new router. I went from a Linksys to a Norton anti-core router, the one with the malware stuff. Then I had a new computer. I bought a new computer. So in the past, it was on a Windows 7 computer and also a MacBook Pro. Hold on. This was done on an all new hardware and software. Let me just make sure that hopefully this lapel thing is working. How's it going? Want to come on? Let me just put her away. Come on, Shelby, come here. Come here. You go outside. Good girl. Hi, how's it going? Yes. I was going to ask you if that's okay. I do this for my safety.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I have a company that I'm dealing with, and they locked me out of my account, and I have money in the account, 71 cents. I also have videos that I paid for in the account that I no longer have access to because they locked me out of the account.
Why do they like your account?
So this is actually something I brought to their attention. So in 2015, I had done some chargebacks to myfreecams and manyvids.com because I didn't receive some products and also was double charged for something. And what happened was Chase Bank refunded too much.
So you made a fraud claim and they
Yeah.
refunded too much what the payments were done.
Yeah. So when I called Chase, they said, "Oh, it's a done deal. The investigation's over." But I brought it to Chase's attention that they refunded too much. They were only supposed to refund. I was only disputing about $20 from manyvids and about $800 from myfreecams, and they refunded about $1,800 on the credit card. So manyvids' response was to ban me from my account, and there were hundreds of videos on the account. There were at least 48, I believe. And so a few years later, I made another account. I had all new hardware. I used an alias email. I used my father's credit card. I used a new ISP, new router, and yet somehow this company still identified me, and they said, "Why'd you do those chargebacks in 2015?" So I called the bank and tried to remedy that situation, but there was no real solution to it. Now, so while I was here, again, I made an alias account and I started making purchases using prepaid cards.
Right.
And so everything was good. I was able to make purchases. But recently I brought it to their attention. I sent them an email. I said, "Listen, can you reactivate my old account?" And I told them that Chase
The
was...
original account.
Yeah, the original account, the one with the original
Right.
videos. And I brought it to their attention. I said, I called Chase and they said, Chase is the one who refunded too much. I don't have the
Right.
I don't have the power to do those chargebacks. Chase does.
Right.
So anyway,
Did you go with Chase? Did you talk to Chase about it?
I haven't talked to Chase yet, but the company's response was they said, "We're going to ban you." So last night I checked to see, or the other night I checked to see if my account was still active, and I was able to log in. So then I tried to log in today, and there was a service interruption, and then I tried to log in, and my credentials were taken away. So they banned me from my account. Now, what I thought I did last night, I don't know if I can show this to you. I had, maybe we'll put it over here.
Whichever's comfortable for you. Nice setup, though. I like it.
Thanks. So I thought I had recorded the contents of the what was on my account, but Firefox has something where you can't record. So I went to an older video, and this one you can see that there are... This is the balance. So that's not the current balance. This says it's $23.68. Currently there's 71 cents. I know it's petty or petty larceny or something. But these are videos that I purchased, and now that they blocked the account, I can't have access to them. And some of them are streaming. Some of them you can download, and some of them I have downloaded, but for the sake of space, I delete them, but I always have the option of re-downloading them.
Right.
And this is the alias email that I'm using, and this is one of the prepaid cards I was using.
Okay.
So this is a video of me making a transaction, and they're $20 prepaid cards. They have this option to load the wallet, so they do it at $10, and they do it at $100. I forget the other increments, but I can't do the full amount of the 20, so I have to do the transaction twice.
So you're saying they made the transaction twice?
No, I'm saying that in order to load this wallet that you saw on the first one,
Right. The prepaid ones.
the prepaid ones,
Right.
so
Amount.
the Visa cards are $20 each,
Right.
but I can't load $20 at a time. I can only load $10 at a
Right.
time. So I have to do $10,
Okay.
and then I have to do $10. That's why in this transaction,
Okay.
it says that I'm loading $10. So I mean, there was at least I don't know. I want to say 60. There's probably $160 of preloaded cards on there. And then currently the balance is 71 cents. And then there's all the videos that I didn't have. Now, the thing about the first chargeback thing was when I did the chargebacks,
So I know there's been a lot of different transactions on a lot of different accounts, and somehow they keep on tracking it back to you and everything. And I understand what you're saying. You haven't brought it up to Chase yet. You haven't brought it up yet. You haven't spoken to them about the transactions that were made.
well, I have called Chase. I've gotten some clarity on the situation. I said, when I called you, I said that, I called them years later about the situation.
Right.
And I guess the situation is,
Sorry.
no, I'm just trying to think. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Well, Chase was notified because Chase is the one who did the chargebacks to begin with.
Right. Fraud, they had to.
As far as these
pay money
ones,
back.
these are prepaid cards. One of those behind the couch here.
Okay, so the most recent grievance you had and what you want to report today is not what happened several years.
Well,
What is
kind of. The thing about the original account is when I called Chase and I said you refunded too much, they told me the investigation was over, but then they said, wait, we see that these charges on your other cards as well.
Right.
So I did it on one credit card, but then I also had a debit card and I also had another Chase card. So I had the purchases on the other accounts as well. So even though they did their due diligence and they said, we found this to be in your favor, we're going to reverse the charges, they said that on my other cards that there were purchases made to these vendors. So that means on that original account, even though that there were chargebacks, there were also videos that were paid for and that weren't charged back. So I guess it does kind of tie into the first situation as well.
I hear you. I feel like you should probably sit down with Chase, considering that
Well,
the first account was.
I'm more concerned about
With the prepaid, and I understand what you're saying about the prepaid cards that were already, I guess, put into your account. Whether it was $20 or $10, after a while it adds up. I mean, I don't foresee how you're gonna get that money back if that's what you're looking to do. But you document, definitely, obviously, there's some sort of dispute with manyvids. There's a, difference of,
part of the issue when I did it originally, like Chase didn't accept. All these websites use third-party things. They use CC Bill and Epic Billing or whatever it was, and like they weren't accepting money from, I guess, sex workers. So there was something taboo about it. So I didn't disclose to Chase at the time what these purchases were, and I
I
think.
don't think it would matter. I mean, I don't see how that would matter to the transactions that were made. That wouldn't matter at all.
Mm-hmm.
Transactions, money, stuff going in and out, that shouldn't,
Well, one thing I noticed is now that Chase, they changed it to, like, it used to be like VT Sum or something. I have the disputes.
Okay.
Actually, I faxed them over to Karen Kerr. She's the acting Supreme Court Justice, I guess.
Okay.
And like they changed it where now if you were to make the purchase from manyvids, it would show up as MV Productions or something on your card. So I guess they don't use third-party vendors anymore.
Okay.
That was in 2018. I guess I noticed that.
I mean, I could definitely, I'll be able to document, the dispute. However, I think this is a court matter. It's a court issue. You have the small claims court over in 400 Carlton,
Mm-hmm.
Nicely. You can start a lawsuit against them if that's what you want to do. I'll document everything they tell me. It's been ongoing for years now. So that's what I would recommend. But as far as it being like a financial crime, that's doesn't really.
Well, they have money from me. They have 71
I hear you
cents.
because of the
The wallet.
right, and I understand that. You
I
said
mean, I mean the way I feel about it, like the My Free Cams is not a digital for goods. Well, they used to be. They weren't a vendor. Like the girls who worked on that site,
right.
they would refer you to other sites that they were hosting on.
Okay.
Now, manyvids has, I'm sorry, My Free Cams has MFC Share now.
Okay, so manyvids and my free cams are two separate
Yeah,
entities.
but a lot of them work, so like a girl working on My Free Cams might refer you to manyvids to buy one of their videos.
Right.
Um,
But
and
is your grievance with many cams?
it's
My
kind of
free
with
cams
both
or
of them.
manyvids?
It's kind of with both of them, but the dispute right now is with manyvids because they locked me out of the account with all the videos on it. As far as My Free Cams, um, they made you buy tokens in order to make purchases. So if they're not a digital for goods website, that's a digital good, I
Right.
guess, the token.
I understand your you call this to make a report and do what you can. Um, just for your own privacy, wherever you want. How would you want me to write up the report as far as the
The sensitive.
descriptives? Yeah, yeah, that I mean,
Um,
it's up. I'll write it as professional as I can. Obviously, I don't mind. Video purchases made within the past
well,
couple of years.
every time I make a report about this or mention to someone, I just say videos. I don't mention that it's
I understand. I
pornographic.
understand. Right, I understand.
Um,
So I'll just write videos purchased in the past.
yeah, just think of it if you like.
I
Think
just
of
want
it.
to know what your
Yeah,
take
if you
on
have
it
like an
is.
Amazon account and you buy movies, and let's say you're locked out of your,
Okay. What's your name? Do you have an idea?
yeah, name's Matthew Joya.
But yeah, like I said, so you have made reports of this in the past?
Well, not criminal because I mean Chase did refund too much, so I got my money back. But like given the small amount of those charges, I would rather have access to my account because some of those videos I had to purchase again.
So they banned you. You can't log on. You can't
I
download.
can't.
You
Yeah,
can't.
it's like a situation I've had in the past with iTunes where they used
Right.
to have Raining Blood, and then they took it off their their catalog, and I had to buy it again when it came back or
Right.
something. So some of these videos I had to purchase again.
Yeah. See that's hard. I don't know how it would be a way to get that back to you without going to court. That's the only thing I can really see. I know you said you called them, you contacted, emailed back and forth, and the last thing you said is that they're going to ban you. Have you tried rebuttaling that?
Well, I asked them which cards the chargebacks were on. So first of all, they, I think it was one of these things where like after a while, like I didn't want these things showing up on my credit cards, but after a while, like I didn't care, and like they banned the other account temporarily,
Okay.
but they saw a trend that the purchases were being made, so they reversed that decision. Um, but now I asked them, so probably based on that, I asked for the old account back,
Alright.
and
Yeah. I mean, the only thing we can do, like I said, is document it, and that's something that you guys are gonna have to take to court.
mhm.
Okay. What's your phone number?
It's 631 332 9631. What I would like them to do is they said we're going to flag you high risk, and I want them to take that word back, high risk. I want them to just say that.
Really? Why would they say that? Because I'm guessing all the transactions and.
I mean, the first account everything was charged back on that one card,
Is
but
that just right now, or is
yeah,
that?
it's been broken for a bit. I actually have another one sitting there. But they've been getting their money for the past few years.
Right.
It's not like I have, you know, the way I describe it is like I have a trend of paying for these things. It's embarrassing. It's something I don't want to talk about. But like in the past, I've had subscriptions to Porn Pros, Reality Kings.
Okay.
They all get their money. I don't call up my bank and say, these are charges. Sometimes I call up my bank and I say, can you stop the charges because they use like third-party vendors like CC Bill and stuff. And in order to cancel the account, you might forget your login credentials, so you'll just be charged endlessly to the end of time. So I called my bank and put a stop payment on it. But that's because I don't have any more access to the account. I'm not using it anymore. So, but all these companies, I have a history of payment. They get their money and I get my product.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have called Chase if I didn't have a reason.
Right.
I called the bank because I didn't get my videos, and I looked around on the internet to see what I could do. People said the bank is there to protect you from consumer fraud.
Right.
I called them up and I said I didn't, I didn't get. Actually, I told them I didn't authorize the purchases.
Right.
So they
You stopped the payments from being.
well, they asked if it was a recurring charge. I said no, and then they did their investigation. They said, we're going to refund the money and stuff.
But
So
you didn't want, like you said, the amount that they.
yeah, I called them up later.
Right.
See, the other tricky thing is they sent,
That's
because
happened with me with PlayStation. The same thing. Like, believe it or not, they actually suspended my account on PlayStation as well. So I was banned from that account. I made a new one. I completely understand the grievance and I get that. On our end, like I said, we won't really be able to help out with that. But like you said, the bank is there just trying to help you out and just refund, any money that was given permission or authority to be made, any transaction. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not sure if you'll be able to get your account back, but you can always try to be able to get those videos and stuff back with court. That's how you wish to proceed.
all right.
Okay.
There was another thing like Chase made me sign something like, do you recognize these purchases? And they showed me the MFC billing where they use CC bill, Epic billing, and some other thing.
Okay.
And then manyvids use VT sum or something. Because I was disputing both companies, I put that those were not legitimate. But
Right.
there's no way to tell which ones I received the product from and which ones I didn't. If that makes any sense, because they were using a third-party vendor, I wasn't able to say this one specifically is the one where I didn't receive product from.
I hear you. But you would have to at least try to get a transaction somewhere with all everything that was made. I'm sure Chase would be able to pull it up.
Well, I still have the original dispute.
That's what I mean.
What I don't have is the old statements that has the other credit cards. So
Was that all with Chase along, or was that?
yeah, they're all with Chase.
Okay, I mean, they should be able to pull that up. It shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Is that helpful whatsoever?
A little bit. I mean, like I would prefer to see. I feel like I've always been under investigation from this company. That they've always been interested why they did those chargebacks. So I kind of want to, get some justice here and go after that 71 cents. If that makes any sense.
I hear you. Like I said, unfortunately, based on that transaction history and everything, that's something that you would have to take to court, and then court is going to handle that.
Okay.
Put on our end, do something really,
Can you just make note that you saw that, you saw me show you a video that has the prepaid card being used and that there is a wallet balance?
yeah, 71 cents?
Well, I don't have a video that shows the 71 cents, but I have a video showing you that I uploaded.
So how do you know you had 71 cents?
Because when I searched it last night or the other night, it was 71 cents, and I recorded that black video you saw. That showed that I had 71 cents, and it showed all the videos that I had. But
Okay, I mean, I can't really say that that's the money that you have in the account. Or that
well,
you had.
I guess I could ask them if I get them to, if I say like how much money was in the account.
I hear you. You could. You try doing that.
Otherwise, I'm going to go after that $22 because that's the last verified amount, and I'm also going to.
Well, I'm not sure there. Like I said, I don't know what the transaction history is and stuff, but maybe there was some sort of payment or video that was, I guess, bought out after. I guess last night after there was the amount with the card that you put in. So, I'll put that you say that there was a what? I mean, you mind if you just look at the transaction amount?
Sure. So this is just me uploading funds. This is
Right. That was
that's-
last night.
No, this is from
2 years? Is that a year ago?
this is
Does that matter?
October. of 2022.
2026, 22.
And
Wait, so this is the last time you uploaded money into the account?
no, there was probably something more recent.
But
And
you see what I mean? So there's a lot of discrepancies with this. I know. You know,
well,
in
unfortunately,
April.
this is the video I took last night. See
Okay,
how it
so
says
last night,
320,
we got that.
329? That's the one where it said 71 cents. I don't know if there's a way to remove this encryption. I doubt it. But
Right,
that's,
that,
you know,
but there was um, no money or any sort of monetary
well,
balance.
this
on
is
the account.
just there was a balance in the
Right,
account.
but it doesn't show it in the video. Like right now, like that you recorded.
Yeah, right now it doesn't.
So what was the amount that you saw?
71 cents.
71 cents. And the amount that you had before?
Well, there has
Prior
been.
to the 71 cents.
Well, here's at least $10 being uploaded, but
Well, when was that? That's the 26th. That's
so here's here's $22. See, this is a streaming video. This is me recording the. So here's something where we have a $30, and then here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's $50 uploaded.
what are the dates on that? Any dates? Is that the same?
That's October 26, 2022. It looks like.
So those are the last transactions you made?
No, there have been more recent ones.
But you don't have any. Okay.
I probably have a credit card statement. Probably my Wells Fargo account has updated. But this is a balance of 23.
So, do you remember the balance before the 71 cents that you had in the account? The amount that you're trying to dispute that they withdrew from the account?
Well, it had to be used on something. So,
right. You know.
Let's say it was $100. Because I do have $100 gift cards and stuff.
Okay. All right. So your dispute is for the 71 cents, though, right? That's what you have remaining on the balance that they aren't giving you access to.
Well, also all these videos. So I mean, like the this video that says this is 1104.
Yeah,
that's before these cards were uploaded. So these were made on.
But you made those transactions.
Yeah, I made these transactions.
Right. So the only dispute is the 71 cents.
Well, I also don't have these videos, so I don't have.
Right, and the fact that you don't have access to the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So 71 cents and access to the videos. Okay. Now they're saved in some sort of web or some sort of
Oh, their server. Do you want to see the website?
server. No, I'm not. I'm just asking you to see if they're actually, how are they saved? Into like their database, I'm assuming?
Well, they have a server
Account?
that has.
It's okay. So I got everything that I need. I'll go get the report number for you, and that one, get you.
But this one's a streaming since they locked me out of the account. You know, they have a thing, a disclaimer on some of these sites. Chargebacks come with a $2,500 fine. So, like that, I would want to enforce that on them.
Right. So you have to take that to court, okay? So I'll
Well,
document-
that's fine. I'll take them to court.
Yeah. I'll be back with the police report number, and that way keep that for your own records, okay?
Okay.
I'll be back.
Oh, and I back everything up to external hard drives.
I'm sorry?
I have all these videos. I back them up to external hard drives. So if they're not on my desktop, I transfer them over to.
That's okay. I mean, the ones that you were able to, but you still have some that are on your account, but you don't have access to them. Or have
Well, of
them.
course, I don't have access to that
Right, 'cause you- right.
original account. That original one. It was maxed out 5399@gmail.com, and so I don't have access to that account. And based on I did 420. I believe it was like $468, and I divided by 20, like the average cost of video. I think I came up to 48 videos, but I believe there was more. I think there was over 100 videos, and that's, there were charges on cards. So they have those videos as well.
Okay. All right. I'll be back, all right? So give me a second, I'll get your report number,
Okay.
all right?
All right.
Give me a second.
And while he's out there, Lawrence Walters, the one who represents Stormy Daniels, represents My Free Cams.
Okay, so here you go. That's my name, Oscar Oviedo, my badge number, today's date, and the report number, which is 23-251-211.
Okay, great.
For your records.
All right, thank
How to
you.
obtain it, you can go online, by mail, or in person, or the church will be there, okay?
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, anything else? Anything else I can help you with?
That's it for now.
Okay, well, good luck with everything, okay?
All right, thanks. Have a good one. Now, let's see. They responded. The GoPro has cut off.
My girlfriend couldn't get a place here. Yes, little girl. What can I do for you? You're gonna get a steak tonight. I have to cook up both those steaks.